Okay, hi everybody. This is Megan from DVC Trip Reports. I'm so excited. Today I'm talking to Kristi, who lives in Hawaii. Welcome, Kristi, to the podcast.
Hi, Megan. Thanks for having me.
I'm so happy you could come. And I'm so excited to talk to you, someone living in Hawaii. I want to talk to you all about Aulani. But first, just tell me your DVC story. When did you join? Were you Disney people beforehand? Like, how did you
Oh,
get in?
yeah. So for me, I visited Aulani when it first opened, but my daughter was only like 9 months old. So we didn't even sleep over because we lived pretty close by and the beds were so high. I was worried she was going to roll off being a new mom and everything. So anyway, long story short, we loved it. We got the picture in the lazy river floating down and all that. And then we just never went back after that. I mean, we had a good time, but again, I was like kind of blurry, tired and all that. So we went back again, during the 2020 Thanksgiving vacation. We rented points and we were able to just check it out again and fell in love with it. And I just sat there and I thought, how can I do this on an annual basis? And I was just like doing the math in my head, and I'm not sitting by the pool, typing in the, what is that called? When the quote, what is it called? Fit in. Yeah. And to the realtor, to the company. And I was just, after that, we were like hooked on Aulani. And then we would go every year with my daughter to Disneyland and Disney World. And so we just decided to try out, well, what if we get a few boardwalk points? And we visited Grand Cal. What if we get a few Grand Cal points? And when I said few, it was definitely, there were small contracts. And then we just finished up with Beach Club most recently. So this is all happening 2020 to 2022. Yeah. And now we're done.
That's great.
But we
That's so exciting. So what resorts do you own at right now?
Those are the four. Aulani, Grand Cal, Beach Club, and Boardwalk. Mm-hmm.
That's so
I didn't sell anything.
Yeah. What's your favorite? Do you like, where's your favorite place? Do you guys from Hawaii, do you go all the way to Florida every year, or how?
Yeah, well, I would say it was probably every other year, but now it's every year. We do. We love to do the split stays when we go there. So we're going to go not only to the resorts that we own, but we also going to go to Grand Floridian. We're going to check out overnight at Riviera, and where else? Those are the two other ones that we're going to check out this next trip. But we have stayed at Animal Kingdom as well. When we go, we like to do split stays because we have, we have to stay near the park that we're going. So we sleep at the hotel. We go do the park and then we sleep at the hotel. And then the next morning we either go to a new park or it just depends. We just change it up a bit. I like to do the Magic Kingdom and then sleep at a Magic Kingdom hotel because at night I'm so tired. I just want to roll out of the park into my bed.
Yeah. I like that strategy. So when you do your split stays, because we just started doing those recently, and I love doing that also because I feel like I'm having two vacations. But what's your strategy for like how many nights in each place? Do you feel like there's a sweet spot of like?
So for us, we only go to Magic Kingdom for one day, and that's where we spend our Genie Plus and doing all of that. So we really pack it in on the Magic Kingdom. So you usually only need one night. So like I said, we go to the park in the day, and then at night we sleep over at a monorail resort. And then the next morning we just spend the whole day rest. That's our rest day. So we rest at the hotel because we're staying at the hotel. Might as well just like enjoy it. I always try to build the rest day in on a new hotel on the split stay so you can relax. And we don't mind because we'll be, out by the pool and whatnot. We've traveled very light. That's probably a big strategy of mine, is just travel really light so you have everything right there. You can drop it off at the bell, but sometimes it's easier just to have your roll away right next to your beach chair. I'm one of those, I guess.
And then you'll go to the next place. Like where would you go next usually?
Okay. Yeah. So for this next trip, we're actually doing 3 nights beach club, and then we're going to end it with the Epcot extended day. And then the next day we're going to go to Riviera, and then Grand Cal. Oh no, sorry, not Grand Cal. Sorry. Then we're going to go to Grand Floridian Magic Kingdom. Gosh, I should have my schedule ready and locked in there. And the Riviera. And then I know we're going to end with Boardwalk. So we're going to end with Hollywood's Animal Kingdom and Hollywood Studios. So we have our rest days more up front because we're coming from the West Coast. It's easier for us, and it's a red eye because I want to be at Disney World early in the morning, as early as possible, and not take another work day. So yeah, we have our rest days planted up front for this one. And then we're going to do at the very end, we'll be at Boardwalk, 2 days, Animal Kingdom and Hollywood Studios, because Boardwalk is right there by Hollywood Studios. I love Animal Kingdom. That's always my, like last time we went to Animal Kingdom. So I just kind of put it at the end too, because I was like, what if I just want to drop off a day at Boardwalk and go shoot it to Animal Kingdom, because I love it there too. Have you been there with Animal Kingdom? Yeah.
That's my family's favorite. And it feels so relaxing there. I think it's like you're in this whole other world, you know?
And the food is good too. Do you like to eat?
Good. So
Yeah.
yes, we love all of those restaurants. It's so good.
Mm-hmm. The bread service, like my daughter's kind of picky, so like the bread service, like oh, she's happy with that. We kind of exposed to different flavors and stuff.
Yes, I know. So that's one of my questions. Like, are there certain things that you guys, like little traditions you do on every trip? Like, do you make sure you get your bread service every trip, or certain restaurants?
Yeah. Well, we always go to Yak and Yeti. We're at the very beginning of our journey. We would eat, very, one table service at every park. That was our thing in the middle of the day. And so that's how we found Yak and Yeti. It's like Yak and Yeti to get out of being hot and sweaty because it's so in the middle of the day over there. So it's like an oasis to us. We love all the different foods. There's something for my daughter. The staff is really great. And I still haven't tried the little quick service. So maybe that's more affordable route, but we just kind of always did that. So I'm sticking with it. And then I think with the Landry's card, if you sign up with the Landry's card, you get like a $25 every time you go. And it's right. We go around their birthdays, you get the birthday gift onto it. And if you don't have reservations, I think you just drop by and say, oh, I'm a Landry's member. And then they'll like find your reservation.
Oh,
I've heard about it, but I've actually only missed reservation window once. So that was like, oh, let's just try. And sure enough, they did. They found a spot for us, just like it said on the internet.
That's such a good tip. So can you just sign up for one of those cards like online, or how do you do it?
Yeah, actually, I believe there's what's that called? Like maybe a $25 for life member kind of thing. But then they'll give you a certain amount, like just for signing up, 20, maybe 25. And then they'll give you birthday bonuses.
Oh, I love that. That's so great.
So that's also why we kept going, I think, too. It's just like, oh, I'm getting like a little treat. Yeah. So
such a good tip. I'm going to do that when we get off of this call. When's your next trip?
September. I don't want to say exactly when.
September. September. Okay. Nice.
Yeah, soon. I can't wait. Our last one was January to Grand Cal, and of course we're using that back entrance and all that business. So
it's great. Do you have any other traditions, like
places traditions that we always do? This isn't a tradition, but I wake everybody up early and they get grouchy at me. That's what this happens every year. It's the same drill. Remember? I always tell you at night, oh, you can sleep in, but in the morning I'm like, come on, let's go.
Yes. So do you guys try to do like rope drop and
yes, rope drop. Because I always gotta, get that one ride in the morning. So do you always do the rope drop?
We've only recently done it a little bit, and we think it's a good way to go, but I had a hard time getting everyone up and moving for a while.
Yeah. Well, with DVC, it's nice because I feel like that's the biggest perk is you can go home in the middle and take a nap or whatever, hang out just in the hottest time of the day. That's like a treat, I think. Also.
Yes. That's usually how we have to do our trip. Like we'll go in the morning and then we have to take a big pool break.
Yeah.
Back out,
Yeah. That feels like, well, because if you like split stays, then it's good to do it that way too. Cause it's like you have 2 days in one, right? You have the morning day and then you got the later day.
Yes. Your vacation feels so long when you do that.
Yeah, it does.
Tell me a little bit. Yes. Tell me about Aulani. We're dying to go there.
Okay. Come visit. I'll come visit you.
Oh, that'd be so fun. That'd be so fun.
Yeah. I bring you what you guys want, like body boards or whatnot. I bring it over for you.
That's so fun. It looks beautiful. Is there like what would you recommend for a good time of year to go?
Okay. So we never book. Well, one time I did December. It was okay. Like as far as cold, like people think it's not cold here, but it gets kind of cold. Like January, February. We don't really book much in March. We're usually busy in March though. But yeah, I mean, those are the times people normally want to come, but it can get cold. So I would say if you want like traditionally warm weather, I would say November would be the cutoff. Like, I mean, November's a little chilly, but you can get over it pretty quick, So those are the times, maybe not. I mean, you can't if you're not really much of a pool person. And then it's so busy, July, June, hard to book too. But I noticed the points are a little bit cheaper, June and August. So Hawaii has 2 state holidays people might not be aware of. You can Google it, Kamehameha Day and Admissions Day. Those fall in the summer. So if you look, like those are like Fridays, I believe. Fridays, Monday. Anyways, so you'll notice a lot of, it'll be much more crowded unexpectedly because those are the state holidays, right? So you might want to watch out for those because the points, I feel like there are a little bit lower on those like, cushion months, but it's really high in July. But some people are like, oh, I found a cheap deal, June and August, but those will be very busy weekends. Yeah, and other than that, I mean, weather is great otherwise.
Nice. I'm curious because it's a beach resort. How do you feel like the resort has a lot of activities? Like, I'm wondering how many days there would be good.
I remember when so I'm like local, but after 4 days, I was like, that's long. 4 nights was like, that was a good amount, but some people like to stay there on and on and on. So it really depends on you. Like if you were to do a split stay, like split stays, maybe 2 to 3 nights at Aulani and maybe 2 nights in North Shore or something, that might be nice. Or you go to another island because it's kind of cheap to do island hopping right now. Yeah, if you wanted to do that, I would say at the very least 2 nights. I mean, where we go, because we go often, is 1 night staycation. We just stay midnight to, like it's first thing in the morning. But yeah, for visitors, I'd say at least 2 nights. You gotta, there's so much going on. Like, I mean, because they have activities. And so you have to get online. I believe it's 2 weeks in advance to sign up for the activities. And then maybe 2 months in advance for the child reservations. I don't know. I can't remember, but I know it's advanced. So I start looking about 2 months ahead. But then I remember I think they're only 2 weeks. Yeah.
Oh, what type of activities do they have that's like different?
Okay. Like paid ones would be like watching the stars, and then the free, I'm trying to think because I didn't do too many paid ones. Free ones are like ukulele lessons, drawing lessons. They have culture tours where you meet at the lobby. Before I used to have to sign up in the community hall. But now you just show up around dinner time. I want to say like around 5:30 or 6, they'll have a nature tour. You just walk around with a guide, and then they'll have an art tour. And that's pretty fabulous. Like the art tour, you just sit in the lobby and they tell you stories about everything around you. And it's like jaw dropping, like, wow, didn't know like there was so much intention in the type of art and where the art is placed. And like my daughter, she's 12. I think she went when she was 10 and she just like spilled it all out. She's not that much of a talker. She spilled it all out because it was like all the way they tell the stories is so interesting. They can remember. And so it's pretty, I don't know. I think it's definitely worth it. If you're walking around the art all day and you're like, what is this you're immersed in? Then that's a good freebie. I'm trying to think what else. They have the pool parties, I believe, still yet. They have paid and free activities for childcare too. So I think it's a 1.5 hour block for free, and then you can sign them up as many days as there's openings, and then there's the paid ones too. We haven't done that yet. There's this mermaid one, and then there's a lot of workouts and stretches, but the mermaid one, I won't give away too much, but there's a lot of props involved and bearing things. That's all I'll say. It's fun.
Oh, it sounds so fun. How is the food there? Do you like the restaurants?
Generally do Ulu Cafe. We hang out in what used to be the adult pool, but now it's just like a quiet area, maybe not even a quiet area because there's kids back there, but that's where we usually go because there's shade during different parts of the day and sun in other parts of the day. I mean, you can always go to the pool, you'll be in the sun anyway. So that's why we figure out when you want to get out of the pool, you want to be in the shade. So we get shady spot by the Ulu Cafe, and they got like flatbreads and poke bowls, poke nachos. I think they bring out the treats like at 10 a.m., like the fresh little goodies, 10 or 11. You have to ask them. And the popcorn doesn't come out till later either. But if you're DVC, you just show the band, you get the free popcorn. I mean, like that's worth it. I want to say $10 bucket, $12. Anyway, you just keep filling up the popcorn. That's fun. And then the regular restaurants, amazing, great food. They have a DVC member little, what's it called? Like macarons and mimosas, kind of paid events, stuff like that.
Oh, that sounds so fun. And the pool looks amazing. Do you feel like that's like you could just spend the day in there and Yes, we try to name all the different hot tubs because there's so many. Like there's one with a shark rock. Oh, let's go meet at the shark tub, and the shark tank, and it's there's lots of different spaces, so you don't get bored hopping pool to pool. Oh, my daughter said 3 hot tubs. I think. Well, I don't think she's counting the adult hot tub, but that's my favorite. I love the hot tubs. I know they're so
good. Yeah, that's like the infinity view. And so I'll give you my secret tip. Go there early in the morning, even though it's weird to go to a hot tub first thing in the morning. It's just like so peaceful because nobody's there except for you, your listeners, and me.
Yes, this is a good tip.
Yeah. You want some peace? Go out for coffee in the morning, and then just hang out in the hot tub.
I love that. Do you think it matters? What I've noticed that they have a lot of different types of rooms, like facing the ocean or standard view. Like, do you think that it really matters which one you go for? Is there a big difference, do you think?
Well, I'd rather have 3 days of standard view and just hang out by the ocean all day than go ocean view and only afford to do two nights. You know what I mean with the points? High point view. And high point for the view. I mean, if you're really into views, then but if not, you're going to get views from walking around or just parking yourself at any part of the property. Yep.
Yeah. Nice. Any other tips for that resort?
That's all that's coming to mind. I think that's it for today.
That's great. That's great. I love that. I know that you need to go, but is there anything else in general that you feel like, your DVC tips in general? Like, do you go to the resorts much, or
do I what?
Go to the California resorts?
Oh yeah. The California resort. I just again, I use that DVC back entrance into Pixar, and that's my only tip that I think most people know of. And I just enjoy going and finding new things and putting in my dining reservations early just in case, and then canceling the ones I don't want.
That's great. Well, I really loved talking with you. Thank you so much for taking the time.
Thanks for having me.
I'll let you
stay in
know.
touch.
Yeah, if I go to
Please.
Aulani, I'm gonna look you up.
Please, you are going to go to Aulani and I'm going to hook you up when you come.
That would be awesome. Thank you. Mwah.
Okay. Come on. Okay. Thank you. See you. Bye.